Hey there, Ben from the Bounce here. I've created a YouTube channel. I'm going to create a whole bunch more visual content. I've been writing for my blog for quite a while, but now it's time to go a bit more visual. So this movie you're about to watch is the first of many. It's going to be a bit rough, but I was going through some old footage the other day. I thought, you know what, let me give it a bash. Let me give it a bash trying to create something. So it's back in 2011, the Gary Player Invitational. It was quite something. Hope you enjoyed. So back in 2011, I got to go to my first real proper media event. It was the Gary Player Invitational, of course with none other than Mr. Gary Player himself. It was just outside of Durban, so we went down to Zimbabwe. I think it was, yeah, it was Zimbabwe. And it was really cool. I didn't get to play in the actual tournament, but I got to win the putting competition. I got to see all the pros, all the amateurs, all the celebs, obviously playing in Gary's big thing. Gareth was there, and so was this crusty old git. I forgot his name now. And then there was Skulk Yonker. We became friends on Twitter, and this is the first time I actually really saw him. So I think the story can start with him.
I was at the Gary Player Invitational, and the great man himself is actually coming up to the green. Skulk, do you feel it?
It's a fantastic moment.
It is actually.
The awesomeness just rolling on. You can hear the people clapping for him. There you go. I'm Gary.
I was actually very hungover, and then Gary arrived. Good.
I mean, this is no exaggeration. I mean, look how puffy my eyes are. We were drinking a lot.
And back. Apparently, Gary's playing with the big South African prospect James Hunter this morning, and he's been walking with him from tee to green there, just sort of talking about his lifestyle. And Gary's adamant we need a black champion. And his money's on James. So yeah, Gary says.
Exactly. Gary says that it'll happen. Gary's going to get it too.
Which is one too many, really.
It's Gary Player. He's about to get it too. It's gonna go in. It's Gary. Go Gary. Get in. Get in.
Get in.
Get in. Get in. Get in. Oh! I don't know how that missed. No one else knows how that missed. I think that's a gimme from there, Gary. Oh, go through, Gary.
It was one of those really cool weekends where like everything was funny. It was just everywhere we went, everything we did, it was just funny. So I think Skulk passed out. He took a bit of a siesta. So I went to the putting competition for the media. And I think I volunteered or Gary picked me, but either way, I was the test subject for some demonstration.
Here's an interesting thing about putting. You see people where they play and they putt and they putt and test.
So this was a very cool thing that Gary did here. Basically, I mean, I was televised and there were other media there, but it was basically just to teach us media people how to putt properly. Most of them are really crap golfers. But of course, Gary used that opportunity to tell you how he, of course, grew up poor, how, you know, he eats healthy, he exercises, he does 1,000 sit-ups, all that kind of stuff. And he's going on, he's going on, he's going on. But he's just so intense. Like, this guy, he's ready to win a major at any stage. Yeah, he kind of lost me a bit there. I mean, I'm practicing my putting strokes, so I just wanted to kind of get done. And I really wanted to win that Johnny Walker Blue Label. But look at him. Look how intense he gets. Yeah, at this stage, I was zoning out. You see me. Just popping a yawn there. Anyway, let's fast forward this bit. Now, right about now, I'm going to freely admit, I obviously was a little bit nervous. I mean, I've got the great Gary Player critiquing my putting stroke. I'm looking to do well. Sweaty palms. It's getting a bit nippy in the air. And, well, look, I nailed it.
And what a good stroke you've got. I'm going to tell you something. I wouldn't like to buy stock in your company. This man's playing too much golf, Mark. Playing too much golf. Come on. Well done. Standing nice and wide. Wow, what a putting stroke. What a putting stroke, man.
I was totally owning it. I was ready for this putting competition now. Johnny Walker was one of the big sponsors that week, so the prize for the media putting competition was this limited edition Porsche casket blue label. I mean, I totally wanted to win this. We each got one putt, one shot at glory, big right to left swinger. I went last, those are the two pegs closest, and so close. Like, obviously I was trying to hold it. I mean, Gary was giving me high fives at this stage. Here we go. I just still don't know how this missed. Perfect weight, read it great, aiming at Gary's shoes. Gary's willing it in, I'm willing it in. It didn't go in. But as you see, the other two guys, I mean, that's all I had to beat, so I ended up winning it. It was, well, yeah, it's one of the proudest moments of my life, obviously. And then Gary gave me a speech how I really shouldn't actually drink alcohol, it's really bad for you. If I do drink, drink a little bit. And yeah, I said other sort of patronizing things that everyone laughed at, and that was that, huh? Winner. Check Matt Pierce. He's definitely lost weight since then. Gary obviously took him aside and gave a bit of a talking to. So there was my prize, the blue label, which Gary signed for me as well. So what a pro. He had a silver pen just so he could contrast my blue on the silver. And I still have this to this day. But like I said earlier, it wasn't just about the golf. I mean, there was a proper party going on here back in 2011. All the celebs were there, the sporting ones, like really famous South African people. There was, of course, a whole bunch of golfers. There was James Cunty. He was giving it large the whole night. This guy knows how to party. I mean, the dance floor was pumping. Gareth was DJing. Johnny Clegg was performing live that night, if I remember. And, well, Skulk was in his element, absolutely. I mean, this is one of the best weekends of his life. He got to meet Patricia Lewis. And I think right about that moment, he said he's been knocking one off to her since the early 90s. Patricia saw the funny side, I think. Anyway, we look at Skulk. He's happy. He's a happy guy. What else was happening? Oh yeah, later on I even got onto the decks. I was throwing some tunes out there. I mean, this was a proper party. This was late. This was like 2 a.m. It was definitely about 2 a.m. I told you James gives it large. Remember that old crusty guy from earlier? Well, I think after he took a piss outside in the plants and security actually just asked him if he can go home. It was just such a jolt. So that was the 2011 Gary Player Invitational. I think I got invited back to one more after that, and well, I haven't been invited back since. I'd like to go again though. It really was a lot of fun.